We're going to tell you a bit about our weekend.
It was a pretty great weekend.
It was a good weekend. We were balanced, right? And that was kind of the whole objective.
That is the balanced objective of life.
Get it done and still have your emotions where they need to be. Yeah?
So we, what did we do first?
We slept Friday night.
Because we didn't Saturday night. A few months ago, we processed chickens, and we'd made some chicken broth. Well, we finished the chicken broth, so we've made a total.
This weekend we finished it.
Yes.
Yeah, finally.
We made a total of 26 quarts of chicken broth.
It takes time because you can only do so many chicken carcasses based on how many containers and how big your stove is, and it takes time to do
and
that.
How many we can put in the pressure canner, and then waiting for that to go down. But it's done, and it's beautiful.
All of them are done. Every one.
All of them are done.
So how many did you do? A bunch. We probably have a year's supply of chicken broth.
No, we don't.
Oh.
He doesn't know how much chicken broth I use, because I use it for cooking everything.
6 months?
Yeah. But I'm going to give some away to our daughter.
There you go. That'll be great.
Share the wealth.
Share the wealth. Absolutely. We also worked on another project that we've not gotten around to since we moved in here. We put up a temporary fence to keep the dogs away from the garden, which they would be all over it and tear it up. And it was always temporary. I mean, our situation was temporary. The fence was temporary.
Is still temporary.
And it's still temporary, but we wanted something that looked a little bit better and with a more functional gate. So we put that together. Nothing fancy at all, but functional, and we got it done.
I'm excited about it because it's so easy to use. Then I needed a break, so we went on a little tiny short drive. We went on a drive to get away and talk, and that's our favorite thing to do, right?
Well, there's no interruptions. We don't. Out here, it's kind of tough to listen to the radio. Not, you know, as you're driving, you're out of. It comes and goes really fast. It's not very good quality. And we don't have Sirius, so we really don't have good radio. We could listen to music, and sometimes we do that, but usually we're just talking. It's a great, uninterrupted time to talk and be focused on one another.
Right.
And, maybe it doesn't work for everybody, but we've done it so much over the decades that it's our
outlet,
our happy time.
It is our happy time.
Yeah.
And then we did another big project we've been putting off.
As you remember, last summer we picked some elderberries, and we picked a bunch, and we processed them so that we could have elderberry juice. We've done 2 processing times, and we still had some elderberries left. So we didn't want them to go to waste. We're out of elderberry juice, so it was time to do it again, and we've just not, with everything else going on, not getting around to it. But we did finally, but we took this one step further.
We did.
We did, because the challenge we had, and I think we say this in the video, is that it was fermenting on us. Even in the refrigerator, as it would be there before we used it, it would ferment on us. So we would freeze it, but once we would thaw it and get ready to use it, it would begin to ferment. So that wasn't working for us. We weren't after fermented elderberry juice.
Well, it wasn't fermented. I mean, it was literally wine and alcohol or bitey, yucky. No good tasting stuff.
Yeah.
How many quarts? I mean, how many pints did we end up with?
It was like more than 20.
Yeah, I think it was close to 2 dozen.
Yeah.
2 dozen pints of elderberry juice. So we are leaving enough here for us to finish our time here.
So you did what kind of canning is it called?
Pints.
What kind of canning?
The cold water bath. I mean, not the pressure. You don't have to do the pressure.
You don't have to do the pressure.
Right.
Okay.
I show it in the video.
Yeah, we show it in the video. So this was something new for us. Will it work? I mean,
Jim is sorting elderberries.
De-stemming.
De-stemming elderberries. This is the second batch.
now, I think it's worth explaining that what we've been told and what we find works very effectively is shortly after you pick your elderberries, as soon as you can, you get them frozen. Because you cut the cymes off, you don't pull the berries off the cymes. It's very hard to do when they're fresh off the bush. You freeze them and then they come off of the stems quite easily. And we've had these frozen for a while. And so the stems are
A while, not quite a year.
stems are mostly off of them, but then it's a matter of separating the stems from the berries, which is a little bit painstaking. If you have a large quantity to do, it's better to have some mechanization, but for what we're doing here, this is fine, and we don't have to get every little speck of stem, you just have to get the bulk of it, and that's what we're striving for.
They're fun little beads. These are very froze so that they don't. And then this is our first batch. And it's already come to a boil and it's just seeping right now for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll strain it. So we are going to strain this through my dish towel into a pan. So you might ask, what was your ratio of berries to water? You can do it 1 to 1. You can do it 2 to 1. We do it like 1.5 to 1, or maybe even 1 1/3 to 1. So we had 9 cups of berries and we did 15 cups of water.
16.
Well, for this one, the other one we did 14, so I'm averaging it. 15 cups of water.
Okay,
Okay, do you want to do that one more time?
let's do this one more time.
That's good. All right. So you do not put the berries into your juice, obviously. You discard the berries, you squeeze the berries. And I just know that there's an amazing apparatus that sits on this little stand, and you can put the berries through and it drains out, and I'm going to get that because I just saw the advertisement for it. I've seen it before, but I've never owned one.
I'm going to pick up the sides and I'll hold it up. Or do you think we can pour more in, or is that going to...
No, we're not going to pour more in.
So we need to set that aside, so this needs to come out of the way. Can you do that, or you need some help?
No, you're going to move that pan right there. Remember, I have to set it in the pan or else we're draining our juice away.
So what am I doing?
Set the pan right there.
Okay.
This is not the ideal way we've done it. We're in somebody else's kitchen and we don't have all of our stuff. So we're just going to let that set there while we continue to do this. So now we're ready to fill these jars. And I put it in the cupboard already, washed it.
Up here?
Yep. And like I say, this has juice in it. Each one of them has a teaspoon of lemon juice in the bottom. Okay. Cool. one of the most rewarding things that we did this weekend was for some reason, I know, I wanted to remember some things about the kitchen in our new house. And so I put on a couple of videos of us in Missouri showing our kitchen.
As we were working on it.
As we were working on it, how we did it, how we put the window together, how we, the stuff.
I'd forgotten about that window. I'm so glad we can go back. That was fun to do that window.
It was so fun that we were like, oh, well, let's just, while we're making the elderberries, put on videos, our videos from Missouri from the time we got there. And guess what we did? We made ourselves very homesick.
Yeah.
But it gave us hope.
Very anxious to get back. And
anyway, it was really sweet memories. And that's why we labeled this video Hope, Work, and Reward. Because we have hope that we get to go back and be homesteaders again.
Yes.
And we're having to work for it. We are putting in the work.
Yes.
To do it.
Yeah.
And our reward will be waiting at the end.
And we'll be ready for it.
We'll
be on solid footing and able to take on the projects and not have other requirements hanging over our heads.
Well, and one of the things that I realize is that we did so many things so fast when we left there. And I remember on one of the videos it said, so we don't know how to seal this so that it's good, the kitchen counter. So if you know, how's it really going to look in a year? And I'm sure it doesn't look terrific after a year because this little family that's been in there, it wouldn't look good if I had done it. So we're going to figure out either resand them all down.
Well, we may be surprised, and they may have done some things and they just haven't told us.
Or not. I'm pretty sure, or not, because they've been crazy busy.
Yeah, they have been. They have been.
Anyway, we had a really great weekend, and we just wanted to share that with you. So we put a few cards up along the way in this, some of our old videos when we were watching and seeing how we were doing things in Missouri. So go back and check them out. See ya.
Bye.